Here we are, rightio. Another Saturday, put it to bed. Right, wait for, well, I've got 5 viewers on the list. It's probably the 3 of us plus 2 extras. Who's the other 2 people lurking in the background there? Pop up and say hello.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
There's Kimbo in the DJ box, looks like it. Or the studio, is it? What have we got there? What is it?
It's my studio that I can finally get working, so still little bits to tinker with, that's as technology goes, but we're getting there.
Is that a full-size keyboard?
Yeah, full-size 88 key, weighted interface, so
Cool, okay.
Yeah,
He's looking all technical there with these boom mics. I don't show my boom mic on mine, because it just gets in the way. But
yeah, it's the only stand I've got at the moment, so I'm looking at desk ones and things at the moment, so it's just not a standard boom stand at the moment. So. But that's what I use when I record vocals, so it's it'll do for the moment.
Cool. We should give a sample of your music. It's not going to get a copyright strike, is it? Anyway.
It's not, no.
What's it? AC coming back to life. Or didn't attend his... Oh, really? Didn't he? Yeah, because he's in a fucking Australia, dick for brains. Jack Doington, hey Shaggers. Malcolm K, good morning. Morning was and all. Joe Elliott, yes, good. And Dilbo, I haven't heard from Dilbo for all. Dildo. I can always say Dilbo. It's one of those Freudian slips. Awesome over. Yeah, so here we are. We've got the morning rocking on. Moving straight into the articles, I think. That's where we were going to. Okay, so the big news article outside the long tirade of endless stream of information about cannabis. We'll look at the thing that seems to be rocking the boat. The negative reaction to the horrors of Thailand's plan to charge foreigners more than locals at hotels. This is their latest. Yeah, Robert, g'day. I saw you had a roast dinner this morning. Good on you. And Thailand Paul as well. Yeah, so this is another harebrained. Look, honestly, I don't think this is going to fly. Honestly, they people just make up crazy ideas, and if it gets enough meme traction, then it might actually happen. But without bombshell announcement this week is bound to generate antipathy and concern among foreigners, both inside and without Thailand. It goes against all principles of modern customer service as well as international business practices, and will ultimately undermine the goal of the government, which is to assist the full recovery of Thailand foreign tourism sector, which the World Bank predicts will not fully recover until 2026, but which has been improving in recent months with an easing of regulations imposed by the government moves, which had generated revenue optimism and confidence. Yes, okay. So basically, they wanted to charge. We never actually got any idea of pricing what they were going to charge, but they were they were banding around a sort of a 20% surcharge. I think I saw in one article this week. Honestly, where do they come up with the harebrained ideas? Right? You want to get rid of the whole idea that we want foreigners here, to spend money. It should be under the table. Let's just get out of the face so Thailand doesn't fall back into that bad name again. It's doing well to get rid of the good. It's taken years to get a better name.
Yeah.
Now we get this frickin' bloody 2-tier pricing bullshit starting again.
That's always been a bane of contention, the dual pricing thing. So I don't know. Yeah. But I did read, it was on one of my pop-ups, that the Hotel Association pushed back vehemently about it. They said, no, we need people to actually come in and stay, not sort of shorten their holiday by half because they can't afford the accommodation.
Yeah, I did. I think I read that earlier, somewhere down here. There's also a lack of clarity on whether the proposal will extend to foreigners residing, for foreign residents living in Thailand. So again, we choose, every bit of our revenue goes into the Thailand. You know, it's not like that we pick and choose where we spend our money. We are here, and it all gets to Thailand. Probably more than these little fucking things. But it'll hit us too. You know, you're just a farang. You know, that's it. Like, I don't think it's going to fly. News flooded by government plan to protect Thailand's tourism brands spreads worldwide. Controversy caused to shock among many potential foreign tourists. Yeah. I did see somewhere in here, as I was reading through it before, that there are no detailed proposals on the plan available except for the proposed consultations with the hotel industry. So nothing else has really been sort of said. It definitely doesn't look like it's going to fly whatsoever. But it's just these harebrained ideas, and I'm pretty sure they've been smoking too much weed, because it's all over the place. Well, the dildos in Christmas Islands, that's all good. New setup. Who's? Oh, that's right. That's Kimbo. Yeah, Kimbo's new setup.
Just coming in.
Well, they move. Nice to have a half up and running. That's all right. Now, if they really want to help the economy by bringing more tourist dollars in, they need to use an incentive, not a penalty against foreigners. Well, exactly right, This is the thing. It's just, we've got to get back to reality. Like, for the last 2 years, every government around the world has just been printing cash, right? With no constitutional backbone. You know, it's not like it's gold weight or anything. It's just basically paper money that is print numerals on. And this is why you have high inflation now, because it's all a balancing system. You know, but every government's broke, so every government wants the money that other governments have. And it's all this process that that's all done through the movement of people around the planet.
I realise they've got to play catch up. I mean, there's been a lot of expenditure over the last 2 years, but I think they need to be. It's not just Thailand; it's other governments as well. They need to be switched on about it. So.
Yeah. So 2 days ago, this is we got some. What was it? Police. This is probably the one that. Seems to be it coincides with the video I released this week, which was shot a week and a half ago, and that was where the guys in Khao San Road sort of said the police raided the place the previous night and shut down all the street vendors, whereas Khao San Road is the place that they want to make it the new Amsterdam. That's what they're talking about. It's different people making up different ideas. But anyway, police urged to rein in weed vendors. The law needs to be applied, or Anutin. Is that how you say his name? Anutin? Yeah. Anutin. Anutin, yeah. Anyway, the Deputy Prime Minister and Public Health, Anutin, has urged police to strictly enforce the law on cannabis vendors in a bid to curb the abuse of cannabis in public schools. Minister yesterday expressed concerns following the delisting of cannabis. Yes, okay, the move was done to benefit the medical industry, but the plant has been wrongly used for recreational purposes. I don't know why you think that wasn't going to happen, but some vendors have been found publicly selling pre-rolled cannabis joints, but it is clearly illegal, as the law stipulates that cannabis cannot be smoked in public. Yeah, so you can take it home and smoke it in private, can't you? But in terms of regulations, law enforcers will ensure people behave within the law and control the wrong use of cannabis, he said. What is the wrong use? people will become more vigilant if the laws are strictly enforced. Yes, so when asked about concern over children smoking cannabis in the proximity of schools, he said it was certainly wrong, as clearly stipulated by the Minister of Public. Children younger than 10 are prohibited from using cannabis and must not bring it to school. Yeah. All these numbers always seem to vary, 10, 20. The decriminalisation of the plant has been deliberated by the Office of Narcotics, blah, blah, blah. Yes, currently the Cannabis and Hemp Act is being considered by the House Committee, which is slated to finish next month. The Act will further control cannabis use and production, including who it can't be sold to and what regulation producers need to adhere to. Okay. A rather boring article. It's just trying to get your head around what is the current set of laws. This is the biggest problem we're facing right now. So there he is defending his, move on July 7th. Why is this being so? It's just obviously waiting for a picture to come. Unfortunately, due to COVID issues, Cannabis Act could not be finished in parallel to the date we freed cannabis from narcotics. So it's a bit of an apology there. Okay. He was grilled about his decision to decriminalise the drug on June 6th and insisted it was the right decision. Unfortunately, due to the COVID, the Cannabis Act could not be finalised in parallel. Okay, that's interesting. So there is another act somehow involved. Next question from Brian. Why didn't wait till the law was imposed? No, sir. Oh, never delay. Yes, okay. Criticise a number of controversial cannabis-related incidents. Yeah, storm in a teacup. They've been increased. Minister's food.
Yeah, you mentioned last week, I think it's going to be like, okay, things are like a pull it out of the gate and start off with things that are calmed down. Common sense will prevail in regards to what it can be.
Well, we can certainly hope common sense. Let's just continue. If I've got an ad blocker, I've got it on for a reason, okay? Government fair panel now. It's a panel, not the government themselves. They're all making up stories. What's the rest of the crews talking about?
Well, Thailand Paul says they were blazing up out front of 7-Eleven last night. So
Yeah.
Motorbike taxis.
Can't tell who that person is. What's that? Am I going to get a translator here? Oh, you could just...
You're trying to buck the system that's not trying to let you.
People who write these bloody websites. They got to get their 15th of a baht for their impression. Right, decriminalised cannabis could actually severely damage tourism. Yeah, really? I don't think. I think if they did it right, it's going to completely rock the country. Get a really decent sort of lot of kind of potential travellers. Currently, sort of Amsterdam is fighting against it. America is opening up to it. Also, debate by the members of the committees. Yes, anyway, just trying to work out who that Isan Harbour foreigner's life. Okay, trying to work out who that foreigner was, that the Thai name was. Hello, Warren. Can't work out what his name, so he's from Isan, obviously. Oh, we did get rid of these. You're annoying me, Mr. Tiger. I'll use a different ad, a different bloody source. I really will. Anyway, yeah, go. Thank you. Hello, Kimbo. You look professional. Yeah, we did all that. I was going to ask about that, Rob, because I was looking at the rain viewer last night, where it basically went through. It went south of us and north of us, and completely our little corridor here, that going towards Todd's house, completely dry. But it rained on that side, and it rained on that side. Yes, didn't rain here.
Well, I was in Bangkok last night, and it came down cats and dogs. It was melting down.
Yep. So we didn't get any rain here, but we got it probably at Todd's house and down in Omyai and everywhere else. But I did. I watched it. I tracked it back, and but it must have gone straight through Rob's house. Said all the motorbike taxis guys were smoking out. So yeah, well, this will hopefully stop at some time, Paul. In a way, there's always going to be the assholes that want to flaunt a system that was not broken, but severely sort of held under wraps. I'd like them to just say it's decriminalised and just leave everything the same way it was, but make sure the fact that the government's getting due taxes. Once you start taxing it, you fix the economy. That's the problem with these little street vendors. They're not taxing. They're homegrown, no taxation involved. Government misses out, so which is their biggest issue.
I think they tried to cover that side of it by making businesses register.
But this guy here, they're smoking and selling. This guy here with his little stand thing.
Well, yeah,
that's what they're
registered.
No, that's what they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop this because you don't know what's in there, And this is the other half. Like I said, something that's always been as long as I've been smoking. The problem is you get to trust your supply chain, right? Something we don't get in real world. Can we really trust the supply chain through supermarkets? God, that is people ignore the basic promise. Anyway. But this sort of stuff here, you don't know what's in these jars. They could be laced with anything, right? They could be laced with PCP for all you know, right? Take it home, you have a blast of that, and fucking jump off a building. Try to find this guy. He's gone to the wind, all care, no responsibility. This is why they need to have proper. As I said before, it was policed in the underworld. They, basically is bad business. You had bad product. You wouldn't last very long, right? Now that you're going to have everybody in the street with bad product, you have to establish your lines of good product. And I'll get to that, I just got to watch my timing. So what is our timing, by the way? Where are we?
18 minutes.
18 minutes.
It's right. It's on one of my screens here. There it is. 19 minutes. And I was going to put a fourth screen in, and I've gone away from the fourth screen idea now. I have enough trouble watching three.
Well, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm back to the single screen on the laptop. I'm doing what I used to do when I was back in Australia. I'm not home, so I don't have the setup.
Yeah. But definitely this sort of display here, where you don't know what's in these jars, you don't know this guy, right? It's just trouble. Anyway, what else have we got? That's cannabis, but it is still fairly big news, and you're going to refresh those. Thank you. This is the one. Carson Road should be cannabis hotspot, but to boost tourism. No, I think Carson Road. I still to this day cannot see the fascination with Carson Road. Right? There's no BTS, there's no MRT. Right? You've got buses and taxis and tuk-tuks, and it's miles from anywhere else. There's nothing there apart from, like Sanam Lung Song, which is the palace. There's an army barracks around the corner. There's schools and a few museums. But what is the fascination with the place? Honestly, it's a dive, But what is it? What do people get so fascinated with Khao San Road for? You want to get some bargains? Come out west, go east, go north, get out of the city.
Yeah.
Clean-shaven Todd, and you said you were not home. What did you get up to last night? Yes, I wasn't there, so I don't know. I've got nothing to blackmail with,
No, well, it wasn't a boys' night out, but I come into Bangkok every Friday for my Thai lessons at the school. So I came in, and by the time everything sort of got sorted and I had my lesson and went back to Susie's and had a bite to eat and caught up with the regulars that sort of normally come in. I'm thinking it's easy just to stay the night and get a taxi the next morning. So nothing nefarious at all. I don't have cats or dogs or anything to go back to at home, so it makes it pretty easy to be flexible. But I've been clean shaven for a while, here, Groves. When did Chanya give me the haircut? It was about 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Oh, here's one. Brazilian student arrested in Bali for smuggling cannabis from Thailand. Yeah, well, we've got no answer for that one. You're just dumb. Thai student caught smoking cannabis, threatened to punch the teacher. I think it's a storm in a teacup, though. Whenever I've been smoking, I never feel like punching anybody. Yeah, there's more to that story.
Unless the teacher didn't want to give it back and wanted to smoke the rest.
Yeah, that maybe that what it was. Patty, a man taken to hospital after smoking cannabis. Well, there is always going to be a handful of people. I'm sorry, just stick to your cups of tea, okay? Dried leaves boiled. That's about all your body can handle. Just stay out of the green stuff. Some people just should be. Don't first time it in a different country. Find a nice secluded space. If you want to do a first time thing, find somewhere where you can do it with some assistance. Bloody these idiots from the middle of the
Back in a sec.
Yeah, okay. Warning to Thai travellers, do not take any. Okay, we've got all that. Coalition calls for cannabis regulation. Banned for youth, yes. So it's still pretty much all up in the air. Nothing much really. Police closed joints in Khao San Road for selling a cannabis without a licence. Yes, okay. Malaysian arrested in Bangkok for wildlife trafficking. Yes, okay. We've got a pretty good cannabis for the confused, stoned or curious in Thailand. Lawyers, guns and whatever. Okay, what else we got? Khao San Road is where all the university students meet up. And I do realise there is a significance for the area, but have you been there? The place has got nothing. It really has got nothing there. These poor little cotton wool university students, they need to get out of their comfort zone and get and join the real world. But anyway, but as when it comes to cannabis and what we were getting to, or what we were alluding to, right, is the place I went to and did the video, right, they're actually, if we go to Google Maps,
Sorry, I had a Wi-Fi dropout.
You had a Wi-Fi dropout, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. Alright. So this is the one we went to. Oh, we went to Khao San Road. Come on, can we just open that? Really? changed something on Google Maps. It no longer responds. Yeah, so the dispensary, which is, as we said, near Lumpini Park there, it's now temporarily, actually it's now permanently closed. So that happened 3 days after I did that film in there, or 2 days after I filmed in there. They announced that they're closing, and they've moved their shop online. So there is a, let's see if I can actually give you the link. I need to go to my lineup, of course. Where did my lineup go to? Did you just not? There it is. Oh, there it is. Scroll up a bit. There we go. Control C. There we go. I can now put that into. Right. So that's a web page. Will take you to it. So what have you got? So we've got you basically follow them online, and there is a thing on there on the app then to then go and make a purchase sort of thing. I've never actually used line purchasing before, but they've got a few little brands here. We've got Gorilla Glue, which is a indica dominant hybrid, fairly high THC content.
The glue, so.
Skywalker.
Sorry. Skywalker. Use the force.
Use the force, Luke. That's it. 17 to 19% THC, CBD 2 to 3%. This mellow indica, yeah. So it's another one of the ones to relax you out. This is the one I bought, Super Lemon Haze. Satvia dominant, 90 to 21%. Turn your frown upside down. It's got a nice taste of that one. Charlotte's Angel. CBD. So this is a CBD plant. That won't get you high, it'll get you comfortable. That's them banging downstairs again, is it? Tropicana cookies. That looks like an interesting colour, doesn't it? THC 16.99%, Satvia dominant hybrid, CBD 1 to 2%. And we did Gorilla Glue. Wasn't that done before? That was the one at the top. Yeah, okay, Gorilla Glue. They also have a number of different other things. Mass green organ. They've got tubes. Yeah, tubes with filters, active tube. Yeah, Pineapple Express, which is the one I had when I bought there. That was the one I really do like this one. This is a really nice taste, but it says it's sold out. Doesn't even give you the details of what it was. But yeah, so they went online, but what we will be doing, we're organising to do another trip in, because up here, if I follow the map properly, there, a little bit more research, we found that there is a somewhere in here, there is a cannabis museum, supposedly. Not only that, there's the fact that there's also somebody selling the stuff in here as well. So we were gonna go and do this on Thursday, but because Todd was organising himself to go anyway. MUSE.
I hope it's not coming through too loud.
No, that's
We're
right.
working on that building site next to Exit 1 at BTS Nana that we always see when we get off.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to sleep in a little bit this morning, but no, they started construction work at 7:30.
There it is. It's called the Cannabis Museum by Yuan. Trying to see if I can get some more details on it. Looks like this has only been thrown up as well. Anyway, so we're going to go in there, and there's also a store in there as well, I believe, which we came up on our list of places to investigate. So we may do that run in Monday or Tuesday, I think, depending on how we feel. Depending on how we feel. We need to do another bit more, exploring of Bangkok in this weird and wonderful time. Right, so what do we got? Where are we? Right now we are 32 minutes into the, and I got to go to pee for some reason.
That's all right.
I was all prepared. Pad Thai, Saudi Club. There's a weed festival. Yeah, okay, is there? Paul's. You need to come and chat with us more often on our Discord, Paul. A weed festival on what's currently happening. I don't want facilities, I want to know what's on. Oh, okay, there it is. Is this the one we're talking about? National Herbs. Is it? National Herbs Expo. Not going to get much translation on that. 6th to 10th of July. What is it now? It is now. No, so it's open until tomorrow. Building, July 20. Building 11:12. Time 10 to 20. Yeah, but I don't think that's cannabis. I think that's just generally herbs. It's not coming across as a cannabis. It's a coffee fest.
Oh, coffee fest, all right.
Yeah. Okay. It says a National Herb Expo, but I'm just looking at there. There's absolutely no indication that the herbs that they're talking about are ganja.
Thailand, Paul saying that one of his friends went there and said they had bits and pieces.
Yeah. Well, considering it's only the small hall as well, it's hall 11 and 12, and it's right out of the main impact area. Yeah. Hall 11, 12, Phoenix 1 to 6. Should we scroll back out of it? For some reason my mapping functions are going really, really slow today. That's Chatuchak. That's the airport. Impact. Uh, 7, 8, so it's 1 to 3. They're not even giving us an idea. I think it's this area here. But yeah, we may go in tomorrow, have a look at it. We'll discuss it after the stream's over.
Make plan.
Make a plan, yes. Happy as weed can be. Happy as weed can be. Yeah, right. Okay, that's good. Plenty of words. Now, has my girl gone to work yet? What's she doing? Slacking off again. Anyway, let's turn the map off. I think that's what's slowing things down. Yeah, so you can actually go and buy the stuff online. So this is, again, we've mentioned this before. These prices we're seeing now are, like they're Farang pricing, because this is Thailand, and they will charge what they're thinking they can get away with at this stage until supply meets the demand. There is definitely a supply shortage, demand is high, but that'll settle down after a few weeks, and we'll see some sort of we'll start to see it slip underneath the woodwork, and it won't be so much in your face. Won't be so public, if you know what I mean. Was it? Anyway, so here we are. So we've covered all the different. I don't even Thai cannabis in Japan will face. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to find anything else that's relevant for the industry. Video this week's top stories. Trying to find anything on Bangkok Post is useless. Open to wisdom, yes. Okay, so this is the bit about the Herb Expo, which is open till tomorrow. Okay. The National Herb Expo back with its mission to help boost the economy and the impact on 11/12 and 2020 from today until Sunday, 10 and 8 p.m. Organised by the Department of Thai Alternative Medicine, focus on growing Thai economy with Thai marijuana. Okay. Remember when we last there, you bought these little bottles of stuff, and you still haven't made your whiskey yet, have you?
No, I've got to find a carafe somewhere so I can actually let it sit in there and infuse. But I haven't might be something I just have to buy online and then find a good bottle of Lao Khao or something like that. And
yeah, I should have brought some back when I went with Sukhothai. Yeah, it's a 5-day event, is packed with many activities. The reason why they don't like sending it down is because it hasn't got any tax on it. I actually found out why they won't let it out of Sukhothai, because there's no tax involved. And again, it's all to do with the tax. They don't care. As long as the government gets their per diem, it's all right. Government has to charge their tax. A 5-day event is packed with many activities, including a showcase of research and innovation in herbal products by SMEs, an exhibition on beauty and cosmetic wellness, and an exhibition on Ganja UNESCO World Integral Heritage. Visitors will learn how to turn Thai food into medicine. Witnesses demonstrating traditional Thai medicine door. Okay, it actually might be worth a trip out there. Yes, I think we should make a run at it. Why not?
Mm.
No weed hub at Carson Road. Good idea. Unlike Thailand's many schools and temples are like in the vicinity. Yep. Furthermore, so where would be a good place to make an Amsterdam style street in Bangkok? That'd be a good question. Where would you build one?
Well, I'm still learning the geography of Bangkok, so I couldn't be able to hazard a guess. Because I mean, most of the hotspot areas already have an attraction as such. I think that's why they're trying to push Koh San Road, because, like you said, it's not near anything, doesn't have a BTS or MRT, but they spent so much money turning it into a walking street, they need some sort of attraction.
Yeah, well, I would obviously say Soi 7, because they closed all Soi 7 down, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's almost already set up there. Or you got all those vendor shops there. You could have a nice little, smoking cannabis den, BMA says no to Pot Hub at Carson Road, yes. We don't give a damn what Islamic School Association thinks. While the Islams fucking rape little children, I've got no time for them. Islamic School Association blasts weed legislation, yes, yeah. CBD takes root in Japan as government mulls easing laws. There we go. It takes just one country just to, wake everybody up out of this shit. Dowler, good morning. Beautiful, cool, 30 degrees Celsius day in Samak Pakran. Did you get enough rain last night, did you? I was sort of almost imagining you being washed out to sea there. CBD takes root in Japan, yes they can, from industrial oils and gummies to skin lotions and makeup products. Made from extracted cannabis plants and psychoactive properties are readily gaining properties. Okay. It's having numerous health benefits such as helping treat stress, anxiety. Yeah, so it won't be long before we see Japan as they come along board, but they'll be very strict with it, CBD only sort of stuff. But right, slept like a baby, woke up every hour and cried. Yeah, fair enough. Was it not enough milk in the breast, was there? Terrible stuff. Anyway, moving right along. What is everybody else doing on this fine Saturday afternoon now? What's the game on today? Not that I really pay much attention to all that sort of stuff.
Well, I got Geelong beat Melbourne on Thursday night at Susie Park, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. So Geelong are on the top of the AFL ladder. I'm not sure what's happening with the NRL.
Okay. I suppose I should have, I'm Australian, I should ask the question, shouldn't I? Even though I'm not paying attention to men running around on football fields in short shorts.
I've followed Geelong for most of my life, so it's always good to actually watch them play.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So we got next meet up is what's next Friday? Next Friday is
15th.
The 15th. Something was going to show. Something was happening. We got a birthday next week as well, haven't we?
Yeah, but there's also two Thai public holidays, the 13th and 14th.
Two no drinking days. Yes, I know.
Yes. Yeah.
No drinking. They didn't say anything about smoking, though. Yeah. There we go. Today, what I want to say. Can we have the week or a month? Next week. Why are you being such an ass? There we go. Okay, so we got Asher Booker. I saw there was a birthday. Why am I not seeing birthdays?
What, one of the crew?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Sometimes I wonder whether things I put in there actually stay in here sometimes.
That's a bit like my brain.
Yeah. The King's birthday on the 28th. Bridge public eye, I don't know what that means. Yeah, okay. I could have sworn I had somebody's birthday put in here.
So I'm sure if we forget, we'll get reminded very quickly.
I give up. Try to be methodical, put all the important stuff. I'm pretty sure I've got my. Was it July 29th? I've got to do my. Okay, that's interesting because in July 29th there should be something else as well. Or was it 31? Oh, there it is.
31 was the 90 day.
Yeah, so I thought I put it on the 29th, but okay. 31st is the day. So I remember putting that one in. Yeah. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to talk about, you know. The great Thai cannabis mass debate. July ascension motions. We're getting a bit too far away from the current, aren't we? Yeah, bottom line, I think the best way to sum up the whole situation, nobody has a clue really what's going on right now. Right, Robert, we've been consumed by unreliable tradesmen, no shows, and overpriced. Things have changed in 2.5 years. I just think that's just the nature of what's going on right now. Everybody's broke and they're just trying to make a fast buck rather than looking at the long term. Thais are not very good at long term effects. Very much got to get it done now. Got to be the car in front of you because you know that extra 3 seconds of my life that I've just wasted is going to ruin me. Right, what are we doing? Permanent tigers. Okay. Well, I think that builders in general, I think there's a lot of new builders ended up on the building circuit once COVID hit and they started shutting everybody down. Instantly you find a whole bunch of guys that need to put food on the table and they know how to use a hammer, or they think they know how to use a hammer. They haven't hit themselves in the hand too many times. Or their head. What are you trying to fix up, Dalo? Yes.
Mind you, the guys that did a little bit of work around my house were pretty switched on. Just needed some gentle reminders every now and again to stay focused, but
yeah, again, our kitchen wasn't a big project, but you know, if I didn't sort of say something about the condition that they took that sink out with, right, and so I said, look, that's just unacceptable. You know, I would have had to buy another sink. Oh, look, I said, look, complaining about the price. Why would you even raise the issue for another 3,000 baht? You know, Well, the point it was a matter, as I said to Fidel, I said it's a matter of principle. You know, all care, no responsibility. I accept that, but there was no care taken when they took that out. I think you forgot to tell these guys that zinc was being reused when the job is being redone, because they really hadn't. Yeah, they didn't take care of it. End of story. Anyway, they come to the party with it, put a new sink in, it's all good. Can't complain. It'll outlast me anyway. I still not used to the whole building in concrete like that. That's, you know, it's a whole new building technique that I'm not familiar with.
With the Besser block.
Mm.
Well,
they weren't even Besser blocks. These were actually sort of, you know, almost slabs, you know, like 4-inch wide slabs of concrete that were cut to size for the uprights and everything else, and the bench tops. It's full solid, you know. They just put the stuff down, laid it down as concrete building blocks, like Lego blocks. They just don't have little spigots on them. That's all. Shove the cement in between the gaps, and away you go. But yeah, it's a building technique I'm not used to. Robert, the wife wants a Thai kitchen, a veranda, and a concrete driveway. Needs replacing. That's a fair bit of work. Pat Thai's back again. Thumbs up, yes. Good afternoon, guys. Question: renovate or build from scratch? Well, Warren, Wazza, look, in our searching, I found a couple of second-hand places I would have really enjoyed doing up if we got the right price for. But unfortunately, the right price never really came to fruition. And secondly, is she had her heart set on something new. And this is something Thais do, that's got to be new. And the second-hand stuff, whether somebody else is pre-loved or whatever, I'm not going to have that. Could be a ghost or something. You know, I still haven't worked this shit out. It is bizarre. But I would recommend, I think there's a whole business opportunity for somebody who is a trade builder in Australia, setting themselves up here, buying, and you know, if they got the right Thai partner, buying a second-hand place, reflate the concrete, fix up all the gaps, and then re-render buildings and repaint them with some good anti-mold paints. And I reckon you make a small fortune. You know. If I was 10 years younger, I'd probably do it myself. I just can't, you know. My back hurts so much these days. Yeah, so, and yeah, again, as Robert said, depends on your budget. Yeah, so you're getting some pretty good prices for new as well, but don't forget there's a lot of this new pricing tends to be, you're buying into a division. Luckily this one here we consider to be fairly well built. We're looking at a couple of others and going, really, they haven't even moved in yet, and you already sort of see these things sliding and mismatching and gaps and render work and shit like that. We've been pretty good here. Where best to purchase CBD? Well, I said I've already given you the link before, the dispensary there. Shop online. Let me just take it to the beginning. Let's put that up there again. There are others around the place, but it's nice and easy to get to. What was the CBD one? This one here, Charlotte's Angel. 3.5 grams, very inexpensive, 900 baht. So that's less than 300 baht a gram. So 250 baht a gram. But it's a CBD Satvia dominant. Very, very low THC, but good. For people who don't want to get high, as they say. I've done as much as I can, as I am capable of doing. The rest is out of my capabilities. Okay, yeah. I look younger. This must be my new face treatment I'm doing. It's a facial, the Neutrogena facial scrub with a 3D. Was a mask process, and then after that's all washed off, then I've got a sort of a special boys moisturiser to, help the wrinkles. Sort of.
And it's working, Warren. It's working.
Obviously.
Yeah. I've got a small question. I've now started penciling ideas of coming over, so had a bit of a brief look at flight prices and things the other night, and I've got a question for the guys out there that have just landed recently, like Dowlow and all of that. What's a good price on flights at the moment? I mean, I saw about just under 900 return, and this is sort of early quarter of next year. I'd like to know what the other guys have paid recently coming over.
It's interesting how you mentioned 900 a flight. That's one-way pricing?
Return.
That's return. So,
Actually pretty good.
2016, right, now I never went for the budget flights, but my flights would range from $1,200 to $1,500 Australian return flight to Thailand when I came. That was what I was paying back then. Right, and I hear people paying, $700-800. They do these connecting flights and spending 8 hours on a different airport in Hong Kong or something, because the direct flights, they're not the ones that are budgeted. But I couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to get out of here and get in there and quick as possible, please.
Yeah, this is a connected, so there's a Hong Kong stopover, but that's good. I'll keep looking. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what mine was. I think mine was around about 1,100, but that's similar to what you're saying, Warren. But I mean, this is last year. I think, of course, things have changed since I came over last year. But that was only like I think it was an hour and a half stopover in Singapore.
Yep.
So, of course, like you're saying, if you've got that 8, 9, 10, 11 hour stopover, it's a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm. So what is this? Almost 11 o'clock, is it?
Got 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes to go.
It's going to be a lot easier coming in. They have scrapped the Thailand pass. You still need to be vaccinated to get in quickly. If you're unvaccinated, yes, you still need to do a test and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, the website's pretty self-explanatory.
From what I understand,
they're not doing the TM6 at the moment for the arrival card, so...
Which I thought was weird, because I can't see how that... All they needed to do with that TM6 arrival card was basically just make sure they told people that, I'm sorry, you need to fill this in on the plane,
Yeah.
The amount of people I would get up there, like, something like that would have been fixed very quickly. Nobody's to fill out the arrival card in the queue. Go over to that place over there and fill out your arrival card. You've had plenty of time. It was given to you on the plane. Go over there. Right, get out of the queue, go over there. Do that for 2 weeks, and guess what? Everybody filling out their arrival card. Not holding up anything. The reason the hold-ups are there, people trying to fill it out in the queue, and that's the last place they should be doing it. But anyway, again, they're just my weird and wonderful ideas of how to fix the world.
Always out of the box.
Always out of the box. I'm trying to put something, now that we've got the stream over, getting ready for the morning blast.
So Boss has just booked coming in August for Melbourne, Bangkok 700. So
they seem to be doing something here. They couldn't see it on the there it is. There it is.
Oh.
And I can do that now. I can do that without fear of anything. Which sort of takes the fun out of it. Takes half the fun out of it.
I'm just going to go downstairs and have a coffee at Susie's bar. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, is that what you're going to do? Yeah, right, okay.
Thanks, boss. Thanks, Mayor Groves. Thanks, guys, for the heads up on the price gauges. I'll keep shopping around a little bit and see what I can come up with. Thanks.
Yeah. But I said 12 to 1500 was what I paid. But thing is, I'm just ordering a month out. And I just, as soon as that's it, just book my ticket. I never shopped around. Just get on the website, done. 30 days out, buy a ticket. I probably could have saved a whole bunch of money if I'd done
It's
what.
going to be a little more expensive coming direct from Adelaide too than Melbourne or Sydney, so that's probably going to be an Adelaide tax, seeing where that little tiny church of
Yep. Okay, I think we're out of here. What have we got? Great stream again. Yes, thank Paul. Look, you're always welcome to come and chat with us, Paul. Just got to get yourself in front of a camera. If you don't even have a camera, you can still come on, just talk. It's all right. He did one of those clickbaity things on his Facebook the other day. He said, sort of to the words that, I think I'm going to give it up. There's too many trolls in the game. We love trolls, Paul. You got to love trolls. They're the best. They're the ones that watch your videos 2 or 3 times over to try to find something to needle you with. It's all good. Don't let them worry you. Focus on the good shit. Anyway, got my lighter. I'm out of here. Bye bye, guys. Ending what? Starting to ending. Closing, Scott. I got to up this date. There's got to Patreons. Patreons and members. Don't forget membership. Patreon. Blah blah blah. I'm just selling shit.
Button. Hit subscribe.
I got to get better at doing all that sort of shit. I'm 5 years into this thing. I'm still not good at this shit. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, closing screen. Get out of here. Peace out.
Take care.